Hello, my viewers. Welcome to Experience Abroad. I'm very excited to be here today. So today we have a very interesting topic about scholarships. Soon I'll be revealing to you what kind of a scholarship it is. It is open now and it's going to close in few days from now. So please stay right here. Just make sure that you follow up to the end. So some of the things that I'll be discussing or the details that I'll be giving about this scholarship is one, revealing what kind of scholarship it is. I'll be talking about the benefits. I'll be discussing the eligibility, who qualifies. I'll also be talking about the selection process, how to choose the universities and the courses, and lastly I'll be discussing the application process. So if you're visiting for the first time, please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post the next video. Let's get started.
Won't you take me home?
Hello my viewers, welcome to Experience Abroad, a place where we give you all the information that you need to know about the latest news abroad. We have a lot lined up for you. Please stay tuned and thank you.
We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky.
Welcome back my viewers. So as I said, today we are going to discuss scholarships. I've been receiving so many messages from people asking if I know any scholarships that are open. So this is a golden opportunity for you. I know this is going to benefit many people. So I don't want to waste any time. I want to go direct into the topic of the day. So we are going to discuss in details Commonwealth shared scholarships. That's what we are going to discuss today, as shown in the screen. What is Commonwealth shared scholarship? So these are scholarships that are given to candidates coming from countries that are least developed and also countries that are in the class of the lower middle income Commonwealth countries. So these candidates are given full-time scholarships to help them study for master's degrees in the United Kingdom universities. So that is what Commonwealth shared scholarships is all about. So what is the purpose of these scholarships? The purpose is to contribute to the developmental needs of the Commonwealth countries by providing training to talented and skilled candidates coming from these particular countries. These scholarships are offered under 6 themes, which I'm going to mention very fast. Number 1 is science and technology for development. 2 is strengthening health systems and capacity. 3 is promoting global prosperity. 4, strengthening global peace, security, and governance. Number 5 is strengthening resilience in response to crisis. Number 6 is access and inclusion and opportunity. You can see I have tagged them in the screen. So those are the themes under which these scholarships are provided, and the location where you're supposed to achieve this is United Kingdom. So for you to qualify for this scholarship, you must be willing to travel to the United Kingdom during the time of your study. So that is the condition. So what are the benefits? What benefits comes with this scholarship? So these scholarships are jointly funded, one by the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship Organization and also by the participating universities in the UK. So they are funded by the two bodies, and as I said before, these are full-time scholarships, and by full-time scholarships I mean they are fully paid for. So I'm going to discuss the benefits very quickly in details so that you get to know or have an idea of what to expect. So the benefits are: 1, you have approved airfare from your home country to the UK and return at the end of your award. Number 2, approved tuition fees. Approved tuition fees. Your full fees is paid. Number 3 is living allowance. So your living allowance is provided. Number 4, warm clothing allowance where applicable, and is paid and funded by the university. So in some situations you may apply to a university that is located in a place that have harsh winters, for example, and so they're supposed to provide you with some allowance for warm clothing. Number 5, they provide you with thesis grant towards the cost of preparing your thesis or dissertation where applicable. So you get that particular money. Study travel grant towards the cost of study related travel within the UK or overseas. So if you happen to travel to somewhere in UK that is something that is related to your area of study, so they will provide you with that cost. They will cater for that cost. They also cater for excess baggage allowance up to an annual approved limit when returning home. So if you're returning home and you have some baggage that is excess, they have to a certain limit that they can accommodate. Also, when you be doing your visa interview, it is mandatory to get tested for TB. So when you get to the UK, they do the reimbursement of the costs of your medical for TB. So they give that amount back to you. So whatever you use, depending on the countries where you come from, so they give back that money back to you. So those are some of the benefits that you expect, and of course there are so many others depending on the universities that you'll be joining, but those are the most basic benefits that you get when you are approved for this scholarship. So before I discuss the eligibility, I know most of you are asking yourself, like, how you can get to know which universities and courses to apply to. So I'd like to discuss that first, and also the selection process. In the course of this video, I'll be giving you a website that's got a link that is going to take you to the website where you're going to do the application, and in there you're going to find so many websites that are going to be helpful in those terms of choosing the universities and also the courses. There's some websites like Study UK, Prospects. There is also postgrad.com. So all those are listed over there, and they're going to be helpful if you look at them. So make sure that you spare some time to look at the details. So I want to discuss the selection process so that you get to understand how this scholarship works. Each university, each individual universities, they do their own selection of the candidates that are qualified for these scholarships. So after that is done, they do set the list of the qualified students to CSS. CSS is Commonwealth Shared Scholarship Organization. So they do set that by May. So that will be sent this year by May 2021. And then the results will be announced to the candidates in July. So that is a process. And the criteria that they use to select the students is one is merit, depending on your grades, depending on your GPA. Number two is the impact that the course that you have chosen is going to have on the country where you come from. So when you're making your selection of the courses, you have to make sure that you are choosing courses that are beneficial to your home country, because that's going to be one of the points that will be considered while making a selection of the candidates. So that is all about the selection process, and also the choosing of universities that are going to offer the courses that you require. So make sure, as I said, to check the websites that I said. There are so many, they are listed in that particular link. So make sure that you go to the details so that you can make sound decision. So before I forget, I would like also to mention that you should remember to check the individual universities where you apply for admission details, requirements, some rules that apply. Also check for deadlines. So that is very important. So make sure it's different for different schools. So make sure that you check the details. So I would like us to take a quick short break, and when we come back, we are going to discuss the eligibility process.
Won't you take me home? Give me wings to fly. We can run away. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky.
So what is the eligibility? What is the eligibility? And before I discuss the details of the eligibility, I would like to discuss which countries are eligible for the year 2021 and 2022 scholarships. One is, I'm reading the countries that are in Africa. Countries that are in Africa: one is Kenya, two is Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Nigeria, Ghana, Malawi, Mozambique, Lesotho, Gambia, and Sierra Leone. So if you come from any of these countries, I've tagged this in the screen. So you are eligible to apply. You are eligible to apply. So I'll go to the details very fast of eligibility. Some of them, as I've just mentioned. So one, you must be a citizen or have been granted refugee status by an eligible Commonwealth country or be a British protected person. Two, you must be permanent resident in an eligible Commonwealth country. So if you live in a Commonwealth country but you are not from that country and you don't have the documents to show that you are a permanent resident, then you do not qualify. You have to make sure that you have the status for you to apply. Number three, you must be available to start your academic studies in the UK or remotely if required by the start of the UK academic year in September or October 2021. So if you're applying for the scholarship for this year, you have to make sure that you'll be available in September or October during the school year start. So make sure that you have all the permissions that are needed for this. Next, by September 2021, you must hold a first degree of at least upper second class, 2.1 standard or a second class degree, and a relevant postgraduate qualification, usually a master's degree. So you can need more details in the website about this. That means that you cannot come and say that I'll be graduating in October. I'm waiting for my graduation. No, for you to apply, you have to make sure that you have already you will have your degree by the time of application. So make sure that you check the details. The next one is you should not have studied or worked for one academic year or more in a high income country. So that means like if you have moved or you moved from your country and worked in another country that has high income. For example, you moved to North America, you moved to Europe, you moved to Australia, so you're not qualified for the past 1 year. But if you had moved like 2 years previously, you can apply to this scholarship, but not immediately. So make sure that you qualify for that. Next is be unable to afford to study at UK university without this scholarship. So if you're working in a job that is giving you good money, then you do not qualify. So this is for people who cannot afford to pay for their studies on their own in UK. The last one is have provided all supporting documentation in the required format. So during the application, they will give you the list of documents that you require to upload. Make sure that you upload them in the right format. Make sure you do that. So that is basically the eligibility qualification. Make sure that before you apply, you go through them once again on your own. I've tagged them on the screen just to make sure that you know what is expected. You know what is expected and you qualify for each one of them. Finally, I would like to discuss the application process. This is very, very important. I know by now most of you are asking, how do I apply for this scholarship? So I'm just about to give you that detail, but before, I would like to mention that it's very important for you to have proof of citizenship. You have to make sure you have that proof before you start your application. And also you must have your transcripts, because those are some of the documents that you need to upload before going on with the process. So make sure that you have the right documents with you, so that you don't have to be disqualified for things that could have been solved by you. So make sure that you have the right documents, you have all the proofs that you need before you do your application. So the application should be done in the CSS, that is Commonwealth Shared Scholarship online application system. So be sure to apply in this website that I've tagged on the screen. That is where you should do your application. So if you do it outside there, you're not going to be considered. So just make sure that you do your application at the right place. That's why I've tagged it right here, so that you use that to apply. Also, something I'd like to mention is that you can apply to more than one course. You can apply to as many courses as you want. You can also apply to as many universities as you want. So you're not limited to one university, you're not limited to one course. So just to increase your chances, you can apply to different ones that you qualify to, but you can only accept one offer. So by that I mean, if you are accepted in 3 courses or 3 different universities, you have to make sure that you make a decision on the best course that you want to pursue. So you can only accept one offer. So make sure that you know that ahead of time. So to increase your chances, as I said, you are free to apply to more than one course, and also to more than one university. So that's all about CSS, Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. But something very, very important I need to mention: the deadline for this application is on April 9th. April 9th. So that means it's very few days from now. You should make sure that you apply by April 9th. So if I were you, I would do the application before the deadline. So that's the end of this video. I hope it benefits you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, to ask your questions in the comments box down below. And also you can interact with us in our Facebook page. We have a page called Experience Abroad, and also Dream Abroad group. So make sure that you are able to reach us through those channels, and I'm positive that you're going to get the answers that you need. So if you're visiting for the first time, please take your time, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post the next video. So see you in my next one. Thank you for watching.